Anyway, like I said, my name is Lori Bridges, and a little bit about me. About 12 years ago, yeah, about 12 years ago, I decided, at that time I wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur. I was thinking about uh, having my own business. Uh, and I wanted to do real estate because everybody was into real estate, and you didn't have to have an income. You didn't have to show an income. You can go get a loan. I thought that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to quit working. I worked for Chrysler at the time. They had just been bought out by Daimler a little bit before that, and it wasn't looking good. And they had hired too many employees, and I was in a group of 1,500 that had gotten fired, and I think most of that 1,500 eventually got laid off or volunteered to that last 1,500 that hired. They really didn't need. But anyway, so I had took the buyout, and I decided to take my money to go into real estate. Well, wouldn't you know, I had bought all these courses. I went from the beginning to the end, listened to every tape, read all the books, went through all the forms, went to I don't know how many seminars, paid buku bucks to go to all these seminars, and did all this traveling. And I get my first deal on the table, and I'm sitting there with the real estate agent, and she's talking to her broker, trying to see if she should shop around for a loan for me to get the home. I have found the perfect setup. This guy liked to go and rehab homes. He put a tenant in there for you, and he had a year contract with you that when you buy the home from him, you have a tenant in there, a rental tenant. They've got a contract, and he guarantees the maintenance on the house for a year. It's like real estate, you couldn't ask for anything better. I was like, I'll buy everything you got. All right. So we're sitting there, we're chatting away, and she's, talking to her broker, and the guy goes, hey, just a minute, I'll call you back. And so we're chatting away, and we're like, wow, it's, been like 30 minutes. Where are you? And so we call him back, and, she can't get him. She keeps calling him, and she keeps calling. Finally, she gets a message, and it's like, I'm sorry, this number is no longer, I can't remember this message exactly, but anyway, he goes, basically it says he's out of business. He's no longer in business. He's no longer working here, and, that's it. We're just like, what? So she had another number for him, and she called him, and he goes, whoa, I just, they walked in and told me to leave the office. I was fired. And he said what it was the real estate market had just started to crash. And it was like, it didn't really, it was a week or two, or a few weeks later before it really hit hard. The public really knew how hard it was hitting. But literally later that day, she kept trying to call other brokers that she had, and every single one of them, she called about 5 or 6 more. Every single one of them had the same problem. Nobody's giving loans, and if they didn't get fired or didn't get laid off or whatever, if they didn't, get let out of the office, like some of them, they work for themselves, so it wasn't that big a deal. But no banks were working with them. And it's like, that's great. I get the perfect setup for a real estate investor, and I can't get a loan. So I thumbed around a bit, tried to figure out what to do, and then I started checking out this online stuff. And I got onto the online stuff, but it was like, really? And I got in there, and I think the first website, I'm not going to say the name of it because the man is still around, but it was one of these sites. It gave you step by step. There must have been 500 steps to it, but every step you went, it was something you had to sign up for, you had to become an affiliate of, and you had to pay money for it. And I remember he set us up with websites that if you wanted something changed to the website, you had to pay somebody to go change it. Everything we did, we had to pay for. And I think I had gotten in probably up to $2,000 for filming. So no, this is it, I'm done. And I just stopped. But then it seemed like everything I picked up and was trying to do, besides the fact, you talk about 2008 into 2007, there was a lot of spammers and scammers out. Everybody was wanting money. And then when it came time to get, help with some of the sites and with some of the stuff, the products you bought, it was like ghost town. Or as one of my mentors said, everybody went on the witness protection program. So it was like, oh, I have, probably a good 3 gigabytes of downloaded stuff. One of these days I'm going to organize and actually probably go back there, because by the time I get them organized and start reading through them again, they'll probably be usable. I have a ton of information, but it took me, I get in and out of the online stuff. I do it for a while and then get disgusted and get out. There for a while, I got online. I was learning how to do arbitrage basically. Buy from one place and sell in another, and that worked pretty good for a while. And but there was things I was missing, which, I noticed some of the stuff and was able to pick up on some of the stuff. But the whole thing was, I was pretty much financially broke by this time, because I put a lot of money into a lot of this stuff. And it was like everything I had to do required you to have a lot of money up front. I don't give a shit what they say, excuse my language. It requires a lot of money up front. And, I just didn't have that money. I could get started and go so far, but money wasn't coming in. I was falling on my face. And I was stupid enough to keep falling on my face, because it was like, okay, I've done this how many times now? And I finally just gave up. And then I ran into, then crypto came, Bitcoin. And, well, it's the same thing. Thing with the cryptos, the scammers got in first. You put your money in, and boy, if you don't get it out in 5 minutes, they'd have closed down the site and took off. So I lost a lot of money there. And I was like, you know what, then it became, I put so much money in this and so much of my time and my life into this, I'm not going to give up. And when I made my decision to do that, things started to turn around, because then I ran into, the first mentor I ran into, a lot of it was how I was thinking about things. And he helped me a whole lot with that. He pissed me off a lot, because he just told me flat out, that kind of thinking isn't going to work, and you can try whatever you want to do, but I'm going to tell you this is what's going to happen. And sure enough, exactly what he said would happen. I'm like, damn you. But he worked with my mind. I knew I was thinking wrong, but in truth, really didn't know how to think otherwise. I wasn't real sure. And his words always caught me, because you can lie to yourself, and you can lie to yourself and believe it. And his words, they caught me, and I still like working with him. Then things started, turning around for me, and I started thinking more and thinking differently. And then I ran into a second mentor who, another excellent one, learning how to take action, because that's one thing I was never good at, as much as I hate to admit it. And so I just start learning how to take action, because I do everything up to the point of advertising, and it's like, you can't make money if you're not going to advertise, if you're not going to get anybody to buy your product. I tell you what, one of these days we'll have to sit down and talk about all the silly stuff I have done to not make money online, knowing I needed to be making money. But anyway, where I'm at now, I really like, because I've learned that I'm used to working a job, and I'm used to depending upon me to bring in an income. And so I'm finding things online that now I don't have to have recruits to make money. I don't have to have a downline. They definitely multiply your income for sure, but I can make money. It's similar to my 9 to 5 job. I'm comfortable with that. I'm familiar with that, and I can make money depending upon myself. But when I started getting proof, that was the other thing. I had no proof of ever making money, so it was like, who's gonna believe me? And it's like I feel like a fool going out and grabbing somebody else's proof. I don't care if I have proof too. Then I don't mind using somebody else's, but if I'm using somebody else's and not mine, I feel so fake. So now that I've found things that I could do, that I can start with, I can make money with, and I can make the money I need to do the advertising to bring in more people. Because now I got proof to them it works. I'm making money. No, am I making millions of dollars a month? No. Am I making, sometimes my income's only $2 or $3. I get a deposit for only $2 or $3. Sometimes it might be 100 or more. But I have proof now, so I'm feeling. The two mentors have shown me so much that wasn't told, and typically is not told to you. And these two people are very honest, very upfront, very forthcoming. And it's a shame that actually there's three mentors, but it's a shame that the industry is like that, because they feel, well, we can't make money off of you. I guess they feel, I'll say it that way, can't make money off of you if you know everything. Well, wrong. No, not really. Because if you're training me and teaching me, and I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, what I was trying to say was I found a way to make money online, and I'm making money now. And I'm feeling so much better about myself and about what I'm doing, and have a lot more confidence in myself, because it truly wasn't me. Online, you get with the right people, and it's not that difficult. But it does take consistency. You have to do this. You can't do this today and then come back 2 weeks later. You got to set up a schedule that you can at least do it 5 out of 7 days. You got to be there, okay? You got to be on it every day. Don't set yourself up for 6 hours worth of work if you know you only got an hour's worth of time a day. Do what you can every day, but every day you do something. You got to plan your days. If you can't plan, say Monday you're in the afternoons, Tuesday you got to do it in the mornings, Wednesday you can't do it at all, because from the time you get up to the time you drop dead on the bed, you're busy. And then, every day is going to be a different hour that you sit down and do this. Well, then that's the way you're going to do it. Put it on the calendar. This is, for the week, this is my schedule, what time I got to work on this, and then decide what it is you're going to work on. But it's something you have to be consistent, and you have to be working on the things that you just can't work on anything. But anyway, this is a great space to be in, because while you may not want to stay here, you can make the money to do the things you want to do, you really want to do. And it can get you out of a job you don't like. It can get you out of the bills that you can't pay. Get you out of the debt that is, dragging you down. And you can feel good about yourself, because, you can take what you've learned here and you can help other people. You can show them. So there's just so much you can do with this. Quote, make money online niche. So don't turn your nose up to it. And I'm in several things. I want to have multiple streams of income instead of just one. So there's several things I'm into, and they're working. It's kicking my behind right now because it's a lot of work, because I'm still trying to work out a system. That's the other thing. Kind of need to work out a system of how to do things. And when you streamline things and you're doing better, you can do them faster and you can do them a little bit better. But anyway, I need to get off of this and I need to get going. And everybody, have a good day.